Welcome back to another quick review. It's been some time, but ignore it. Today we are talking about Avatar Fire and Ash, the third movie in James Cameron's Avatar, whatever it is at this point. And I'm going to try to keep this short because it is 10 p.m. at night and I just got back. Drove all the way. It was not fun. But, yeah. I, I'm a tiny bit mixed on this movie. I think that has to do with a couple of things. First, it's been some time since I've seen the Avatar movies. I'm completely honest. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Um, I could not be bothered to rewatch the Avatar movies. That is just a big long undertaking that I just did not have the time for, unfortunately. I do want to go back and rewatch them at some point, just not now. Um, with that being said, I do think the movie still does work on its own, especially I do remember certain things about it, just not every last detail. I do think the movie can work on its own. That being said, I think if we're going specifically at the story aspect, I think this is like middle of the pack Avatar. Um, I think it is worse than Way of Water, but I liked it more than the first film. I think there's a lot of story beats that I think this film has going for it. But there's a lot of things that I don't agree with. One of the big things that kind of stood out to me was how underutilized the fire people were. Like the fire tribe were. The movie's called Fire and Ash, and I feel like it didn't. They were just kind of there, right? They weren't used in a really good manner. They weren't. They were villains, but they didn't. Realistically, you could remove them from the movie, and you'd probably be fine. You'd probably be okay. I think they serve as a good a good motivator for our antagonist, but I don't think I don't think they work enough to warrant being the title of the movie. I wish we got a. I wish we could get rid of some stuff so we could spend more time with them. Um, which kind of is another complaint of the movie. I feel like there's a whole bunch of stuff that realistically could have been cut out or stuff that I didn't quite care about. There was a good portion of this movie where I was like, man, I don't really care. I think you could cut this out and you probably have a better movie, because everything would be more concise. James Cameron loves making these 3-hour movies, and I'm not sure if this one specifically should have been 3 hours. Way of Water, I get. This one, I'm not too sure about that. Um, Otherwise, I think if we're talking about positives for story wise, it does the same. It is more of the same Avatar. The things that you like about it, you'll like in this movie. Family dynamic, the character dynamic, the dynamics between the protagonist and antagonist, and Sully and whatnot. You're going to enjoy that. It is really good in that regard. The things you like about Avatar, you'll like it. The things you dislike about Avatar, you will probably dislike in this movie. It is more of the same in that regard. And the last thing I really want to touch on is the look of this movie. Man, this is probably the most beautiful looking movie I've ever watched. For some reason, I think there's like one tiny complaint about it, and it's that I think about 80% of this movie is in like 120, like 60 to 120 FPS, and then the other 20% of the movie, not the last, the other 20% of this movie is in regular movie FPS, whatever it is. I'm not sure what that exact number is, but it makes it extremely jarring. I'm not sure because I don't have an IMAX screen around me, so I don't know if it was because of the fact that I wasn't watching on an IMAX screen, but it makes it extremely jarring having to consistently switching back and forth, seeing these super smooth, fast-paced 120 FPS, 60 FPS scenes going directly into, you know, um, regular movie frames, and it was really jarring. It was very jarring. But overall, I think the movie is still really good. I still think that most people will enjoy it. I still think you should watch it. Just know that it has its issues. It's by no means a perfect movie. I don't think it's the best Avatar movie, but it's still really good. So yeah, thank you for watching this quick review. See ya. Bye.